Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls, people of all ages, sexualities, and identities, and welcome back to another Doctor Who review. And today's Doctor Who review is none other than the Psychic Circus. So, what is this story about? Well, to put it in a nutshell, essentially, the Master decides that he wants to take over the Psychic Circus. However, what he doesn't realise is Kingpin, one of the main members of the Psychic Circus, has sent a message throughout time and space to essentially get the Doctor to the right place in order to help him pretty much save them from the Master's reign. The Doctor finds himself going across all of time and space from a planet in which Kingpin and his girlfriend are being held under duress by a society who don't believe in people being joyous and happy, to Paradise Towers, to eventually Zemyatin, which is the planet that the Psychic Circus will be founded on during the events of the Doctor Who episode The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. Now, the Psychic Circus at first is full of a bunch of joyous and hippie types, and essentially the circus are very happy people. However, when a clown comes along from the Paradise Towers, a lot of their kind of happiness begins to shift, especially when they get to Zemyatin. Kingpin and his girlfriend's relationship gets tested to the boundaries, and she decides to leave the planet, and then she ends up getting killed by the bus driver because the clown has reprogrammed it. The gods of Ragnarok begin to punish people constantly for coming to the Psychic Circus, and the Master is basically just a really creepy whispering voice throughout this story. Doctor breaks into his psychic link and begins to argue with him about exactly what he's done and how he's interfered with the Doctor's history. Master doesn't really care about this and decides to pretty much try and push the Doctor out of his mind. However, when the Doctor begins to juggle a bunch of juggling balls and one of them won't come down due to the laws of physics being broken by the gods of Ragnarok, the Master soon finds himself being tested by the gods of Ragnarok for who's truly in power. Is he the Master, or are they the master of him? Eventually, due to using the eye, Kingpin is able to break the Master's spell, but not fully the spell of the gods of Ragnarok. The Doctor leaves them to be joyous once more, at least until the terror yet to come. So, the Psychic Circus, what did I think of this audio in general? It's an okay audio, but I feel like its biggest problem and its biggest flaw is the fact that even though it does a great job at getting all the origin stories for everyone who joins the Psychic Circus, it definitely has a kind of niche spot in which it struggles to land on its feet due to the fact that it is just constantly contradicting and having to remind itself of exactly what happened in The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. Now, that is not me knocking this story fully, but I do feel like it does spoil the story in general. The Master being there also kind of spoils it because we are so used to knowing the fact that the gods of Ragnarok were the main key physical point of what persuaded and broke the Psychic Circus. So the fact that the Master is there calling himself the Master of the Psychic Circus just kind of feels like a massive contradiction. And for that reason, I give this story a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next Doctor Who review. Until then, goodbye, stay beautiful, you beautiful people.